Hello friends, today we are working with you on sewing a men's tunic from Batiste, and I invite you with M. I want to show you the whole sewing process, and at the end you will see the finished result. I start sewing by sewing down the shoulder seams. Seam allowance width 7 mm. I want to show you the overlay yoke will be attached along the shoulder seams, placed on the front and then turned out to the side of the back. That is, after stitching, it is turned from front to back and the cabbage soup of the tunic is attached to the back pan. E. After sewing on the yoke, we sew off the shoulder seams with a finishing stitch. Against the background of my sewing, we are continuing repairs. You can hear additional sounds, but nothing can be done. You need to make repairs and sew clothes. So the renovation continues. Here I sew the second shoulder seam. Friends, a tunic with stitching along the shoulder seams and using a yoke, these seams are closed so the product itself will look neat from the wrong side. And I'm showing you that the shoulder seams have all gone under the yoke. There's no need for processing and everything looks neat. I secure the bottom of the yoke with a stitch on the wrong side. I sew the facing onto the neckline. I have a knitted one in this cornflower blue color. I have prepared it and will sew it on. I process the cut of the neckline and facing with a zigzag. I process the neckline of the knitwear and process the sections with a zigzag. And now I will stitch along the outs. I'd with a finishing stitch. I will also steam everything that is stitched with an iron. And I'm showing you, friends, the finished result for the neckline. It is treated with knitwear and stitched on the out side with a finishing stitch so that it does not turn right side out at the wrong time. The shape of the neck is the same triangular as on t-shirts. It's the same t-shirt only from Batiste. My husband loves these tunics, he loves these t-shirts, so to speak. He also loves the fact that they had pockets sewn onto them. And I'm showing you what pockets I cut out for this tunic. It's a square with a corner cut off. Entrance to the pocket too, I will work on blue jersey. Start of preparatory work before sewing in the sleeves. Before sewing in the sleeve, you need to sew a wide stitch along the edge of the sleeve and lightly gather the edge onto this line. This way we will add volume to the shoulder and it will be very convenient and comfortable to wear the product. After stitching, all gathers along the sleeve edge or distributed evenly. Now we need to stitch the sleeve along the sleeve seam. Along the lower section of the sleeve, as you can see, I glued interlining to make the fabric more stable and to make the hem of the sleeve more clear. We stitch the sleeve stitching seam in this way. We go along the stitching seam and reach the level of support. I show you with my finger to what level, and from this level we sew obliquely to nothing. Such stitching diagonally will give us the fact that when hemming the bottom of the sleeve, we will not have the fabric wrinkled when attaching the bottom of the sleeve. Before sewing in the sleeves, we sew the side seams of the product. And all we have to do is process the bottom of the product and sew on the patch pockets, and our tunic will be ready. And here, friends, we have such a product. We finished our tunic. And I show you the sleeves, the dropped sleeves, the neckline. And I also want to show you the patch pockets, what it looks like on our tunic. The pockets are located just below the waist level of the product. It is worn over trousers. It is not tucked into trousers, and it is very convenient in hot weather. In this pocket you can put a bank card, a handkerchief, or some keys, whatever you want. It is very convenient. You will always have at hand what you put there. This tunic is very convenient and comfortable in the heat because it is made of very thin natural cambric fabric. There is a double yoke on the back that improves the absorption of sweat from the body into the tunic itself. This is a very comfortable product. My husband fell in love with such tunics and I found several for him. I will show you another one. On my tunic I processed all the seams using a zigzag stitch. Due to this processing, the product is sewn quite quickly. And I'll show you another secret in this tunic. Although maybe you have this secret. And you know, my husband has a non-standard figure with a tummy, and in the area where the pockets will be sewn, I make such darts. This makes it convenient for such a figure, and I cover these darts with patch pockets. This is a tunic in colors with a paisley print. This print can be for both men and women, and I will show you another similar t-shirt, only a little different. The paisley print is in a slightly different design. And here in front of you is the second tunic, now green in color and also in the belts, a slightly different shape of neck is made, but also from batiste, also with pockets, light and comfortable for my husband. The neckline and pockets are treated with cashcase and the clasp is on the floor, but there are no buttons or buttons. Nothing. You can throw it on very quickly and go wherever you want. And it also has a double yoke, but here there is an inflow yoke, which adds comfort to the product. I showed you two similar but at the same time different tunics, very gentle, comfortable, pleasant on the body, with I will finish my video. If you liked it, put likes, write comments, repost my videos to promote the channel and subscribe, of course, to my channel. Until we meet again, bye bye.